Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another edition of 5 Things That We Learn, the show where I go through all the major talking points of the previous Chelsea game. But first things first, guys, make sure you smash the likes on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And it was a nervy one as Chelsea held on to beat Luton 3-2 at Kenilworth Road to round out a dreadful 2023 with back-to-back wins and a win on the road as well. It should have been plain sailing, 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go, but we somehow managed to continue with our self-sabotage and let Luton get 2 in the last 10 minutes, and then we were clinging on for dear life at the end. It's never easy with Chelsea. We never like to, give the fans an easy time in the ground. It's always making it hard, always making us sweat, heart beating through the chest. But, we held on, we got the win. And I feel this is a big hurdle for this young team to overcome. And my first thing I want to talk about is, despite the positives of winning yesterday and how good we were for 75 minutes, our game management is still really, really poor. There is no way that you should be 3-0 up away from home with 10 minutes remaining and then you suddenly struggling to hold on for a point. That shouldn't be happening. And yes, that exact thing goes to show in that last 15 minutes that the substitutes from the bench, we don't have the recognised experience. That's exactly where we were missing experience off the bench in the last 15 minutes. Obviously Alfie Gilchrist came on, made a brilliant late tackle, which could have prevented us. Could have prevented us from winning that game. Sorry. And it would have made more sense for me to bring him on with 75 minutes on the clock gone, tie things up, just bring a bit more calmness to proceedings and whatnot. But yeah, we can tell that we just don't have the know-how and the leadership in the team to see out these difficult moments in games. And people will go, it's only Luton. But actually, people conveniently ignore how strong Luton are at home as a team. That they are. They're physically dominant. They put a lot of balls into the box. I think they put 36 balls into the box yesterday. And look, for a young team like ours, this was a big hurdle for us to overcome. But the game management is a concern for sure. There's been a number of games this season where the game management has not been right. Yes, obviously it didn't cost us in the game against Luton, but it could have quite easily cost us if we had been playing a better team and the same things have happened. So we have to find a way of being able to see games out, keeping calmer heads. Hopefully younger players will learn from this experience and take a little bit more know-how into games if this perhaps is to occur again. But yeah, it was another prime example of where we are crying out for more experience, not just experience, but quality, experienced quality, essentially. That should be another direct message to the sporting directors that we need to add some quality experience to this team, because when we have players like, if you have players like Mikel or Nemanja Matic coming off the bench like we have done in the past, those sort of things don't happen, but we don't quite have the same impact. So the game management has to improve. The substitutions didn't really help us yesterday at all, but we were able to cling on. But that is one thing that absolutely must improve, because those last 15 minutes were absolutely horrendous. They were ridiculous as well, and you could see it coming from a mile off. As soon as we made the changes, things just didn't quite look the same. But that's my first point: is that our game management is really poor, and that's something that has to improve. That will improve, the more experience these youngsters get. But it's clear that we need to add some better options from the bench, or just some better options in general in terms of experience and know-how that can get us through tough moments like this that you're going to experience in Premier League games. My second point that I want to make is this is more of a positive point, actually, is that despite what a lot of Chelsea fans might say, we have improved as a team this season so far. Despite a lot of fans thinking the manager's not good enough, we absolutely have improved as a team. In terms of our attacking output, that is much, much better. We scored, 38 goals last season as a side in 38 games. This season already, we've got, as a team, we've already scored 34 league goals this season. So it's the joint 8th most in the league. We've only scored 38 in all of last season. So already we are 4 goals away from our season, matching our total of last season in the league. And we're about halfway through the season. Current XG, expected assists, and expected points are 3rd, 8th, and 6th, respectively. So, look, as this thread says, I think it's clear we're a way better team than we were last season, even though the league table doesn't suggest so. Injuries haven't helped at all, and we've thrown away too many leads. But we're in decent shape, all things considered. And I think that is an absolutely fair thing to say. In terms of the attacking side of things, for a long time now, the attack's been a massive problem at Chelsea. Not scoring enough goals, not getting enough out of the quality that we have. And you only have to look at the stats, just for this month of December to see the improvements that have been made in the attack. Just in December this season, Cole Palmer, 8 goals. Through December this season, Cole Palmer, 8 goals, 4 assists. Jackson, 7 and 2. Sterling, 5 and 3. Mudryk, 3 and 1. So through to December this season, those are the goals so far. And then throughout all of last season with the attack, we had Havertz with 7 goals and 1 assist. Sterling with 6 and 3. Felix with 4 goals, no assists, and Mount with 3 and 2. So already, with realistically far less experienced players other than Raheem Sterling, we are doing a lot better and we're getting a lot more out of this attack and they're contributing a lot more. And everyone in the attack is actually contributing something to the team. So this team has absolutely improved. We are in better shape as a team, even if the league table perhaps doesn't say so. So look, that's my second point, is that we are, as a team, collectively, we're definitely much better as a side, particularly going forward. But that brings me on to my next point. Defensively, it is a concern for me at the moment. We are letting in a lot of goals. Again, another 2 goals yesterday. And a big concern for me is we look so vulnerable from defending aerial situations. Any kind of balls into the box or crosses into the box, set pieces or whatever they might be, we look all over the place. Do we have a set piece coach? What's going on here? Why does no one seem to know what they're doing? Why is there constantly free headers for people in the box? Why do we seem to not know what to do when a ball comes into the box? Looks like there's constant panic. We don't deal with the aerial situations. We're literally, I feel every time a ball goes into the box, you feel like we're about to concede a goal. That's not a healthy position. And just what I've been saying about improving as a team this season in terms of going forward, you would have to say that defensively, compared to last season, I know we were losing a lot of games last season, but defensively, we don't look up to it. We look far worse defensively. We are letting in way too many goals at the moment. I don't know what we're going to have to find something that we can do about this, because we cannot continue the season like this. We're letting in this many goals. It's so easy to target Chelsea in terms of a weakness. Just keep putting balls into the box, take advantage of set pieces, and you're more than likely going to get goals. We don't pick men up, or we just have complete panic in the box, and we've got next to no idea what's going on. So, yeah, that is something that must improve. That's something that needs to be worked on the training pitch. We've got to be doing that day in, day out, working on defending set pieces and balls into the box, because right now that is a huge Achilles heel for us. And if we want to have a strong second half to the season, then we need to do a lot better than we're currently doing from a defensive standpoint, because we are letting in far too many goals at the moment. So that would be a big concern for me. That should be a big concern for the manager as well. And hopefully, we can deal with that. And going into 2024, we can tighten up defensively, because we are not keeping very many clean sheets at the moment. What we've had, the one against Sheffield United, and I think the last one before that was against Blackburn in the Cup. So we are susceptible to always conceding goals pretty much every single game. And that's something that we can't afford to have. We've got quality centre-backs. We've got good defenders. So something, in terms tactically, isn't working out for us right now in terms of defending. So that is one area that massively needs to improve for me. My fourth point is, obviously we know about this guy, but Cole Palmer, for me, signing of the summer. I think a lot of Chelsea fans were a little bit unsure when we signed him. He'd been on the periphery at City, clearly showed that he's got quality, but he wanted to come and play football. And you're thinking, well, is Chelsea the place for you to come and get regular football? But he has been absolutely outstanding since he's come in. Another 2 goals against Luton, a superb second goal. The composure, is second to none. The guy just oozes class, got a bit of arrogance that all top players have. And in terms of players under the age of 21, only Jude Bellingham in Europe's top 5 leagues has got more G&A than Cole Palmer. 15 for Bellingham, 12 for Palmer and Wirtz, 11 for Xavi Simons, and 10 for Anthony Elanga. The impact this guy has made has been nothing short of unbelievable. He's had to adapt to a new team, a new city, a new way of doing things, new teammates and all that sort of thing, new manager, etc. And he's literally, you talk about sort of some of the more experienced players struggling at Chelsea, like the Raheem Sterlings and whatnot. Palmer's just come straight in, hit the ground running straight away. And you can just tell certain players have just got a certain little something about them where they just ooze class. It's simple as that. And Cole Palmer has got everything. He's intelligent. He makes things happen when he's on the ball. He always wants the ball. His first thought is to go forward. He's not scared to take a shot on. All the things we can say about Cole Palmer, I've said several times before, but this guy for me really is signing of the summer, £42.5 million. And yes, I've criticised the recruitment at times this season, the recruitment at times 100%, because I don't think, it's been good enough. But at the same time, criticising the recruitment, you have to give credit where it's due. Signing of Cole Palmer looks like an exceptional one. So, fair play to them on that front for getting that one over the line. But yeah, Palmer again, superb. And he probably is Chelsea's most important attacking player. And this is his first proper season playing regularly in senior football as a regular starter, and the impact he's making is unbelievable. So long may that continue. But what a player he is, what a signing he's been. And if he carries on like this, then he'll be in the England squad for the Euros, and you could argue that maybe he should be starting. But yeah, Cole Palmer again, superb yesterday. One of Chelsea's star men at the moment, most important player. If he doesn't make things happen, then things don't tend to happen for us. But just another thing that I wanted to quickly touch on as well. My last point is that of these last 2 games not been good for Raheem Sterling. Banned against Palace, and obviously left on the bench against Luton. I think it goes to show that we don't need him, and we're a far more fluent side without him in the attack. It's 2 stop-start when he plays. We've got players like Noni, like Palmer, like Mudryk, Nkunku, etc. These are players that, make things happen. I think Sterling slows the ball down too much. He's way too inconsistent. Yes, he's produced good moments this season, but these 2 games have shown that, for me, Chelsea are worse when Raheem Sterling plays in the attack. You want to give these young, exciting players an opportunity. So these past 2 games have not been good for Raheem Sterling because other players are stepping up and taking their opportunities, like Madueke, like Palmer, etc., Mudryk and whatnot. And Sterling's kind of been left behind a little bit on that front. And fair play to Pochettino as well, by the way, for not putting Sterling straight back into the team, because it could have been an easy thing to do that. He didn't do it. Players played on merit, and they rewarded the manager with the faith that they were shown. So yeah, for me, Sterling shouldn't be getting back into this team right now. He's going to have to work hard and prove that he deserves to be in it, because right now these other guys are a lot more exciting and we're a lot more dangerous when we play. And my final point is that Petrovic, for me, is making a strong claim to be number 1. Put in another good game yesterday. He dealt very well with a lot of those crosses into the box. For the 2 goals, there really wasn't very much he could do. He commanded the box well. He seems calm with the ball at his feet. I feel a lot less nervous than when Sanchez is on the ball at the back. He's a good shot stopper. And this, for me, shouldn't just be a decision where, Sanchez is fit again, he goes straight back into the team. There's a genuine conversation to be had here. And again, Petrovic is looking like another decent piece of recruitment on the early evidence so far. So for me, he's making a real strong claim for that number 1 jersey. And I don't see why he shouldn't keep it. Sanchez is going to have to earn that shirt back, because Sanchez has not been so outstanding this season. He deserves to go back in. And certainly Petrovic has not been bad enough that he deserves to go straight out of the team. So there's an interesting decision to be made there. But yeah, guys, those are my 5 things we learned from Chelsea's 3-2 win against Luton. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Hope you all have a great new year, and here's to a better 2024 for all of us on and off the pitch. Love for the support. Take care. Up the Chelsea. Peace out, people.